Hey everyone, wanted to go over the live changes to Succession Maegu and some of the new events we have for BDO today. Some other classes also got balance changes, but I went over them in my last video. Everything there went live. The reason I wanted to talk about Succession Maegu some more is mainly because of some confusion with the last changes. So here is a timeline of the Succession Maegu changes so far. We tested the class in early access, and then from early access to launch day, live servers, we saw a lot of buffs, especially to PvE damage. A week or so later, Maegu was nerfed on global labs, and those nerfs are now live on all servers. We're still of course missing crossover skills, bombs, and awakening. Now awakenings for both Maegu and Wusa will most likely come after the season is over. Console players, there is zero information right now as to when you will get Maegu, but by the time you do, any and all changes will be applied. So these nerfs will also be active when you eventually get the class, and of course any future changes. The notes do a good job of letting you know what has changed. They are now showing you the damage reduction percentage as well as the raw damage change. And in my last video I showed a skill having 10% more PvP damage reduction, but that doesn't mean it's 10% less raw damage in PvP. There are some factors to take into account. First, if we take a look at the notes, it says more damage reduced, which can be a little confusing, so we're going to replace that with PvP damage reduced. It's the same thing. Furthermore, we have seen a change to the group damage, meaning you now do up to 50% of your PvP damage instead of 70%, which it used to be. This again is not shown in the notes, but I have laid it out for you here. This is something I want to take a minute and explain as well, because it can be a little confusing. If we look at the skills that had both PvP damage reduction and group PvP damage limit reduction, we can see exactly how much damage has changed. So let's take a look at Pedal Play more closely. For an example, the numbers we see here are raw damage without any sort of multiplier like crit or hit rate. That's obviously going to change the real damage, but for PvE we see nothing has changed because Maegu has only been buffed since early access and no nerfs in PvE so far. For PvP or player versus player, we see the change is in line with what they said in the notes, 20% less damage when hitting one target. For PvG or player versus group, we see that the damage reduced is affected by both the initial nerf to the skill in PvP and the nerf to group damage limit, so a 29% damage difference from last week if you were to hit a group of 8 or more players. This is mostly a large scale scenario, of course. In Arena of Solare, the PvP number will be closer to what you can expect, though in that instance you will still have reduced damage if you hit 2 or 3 targets. In that case, you would be doing around 70 to 80% damage limit compared to a single target. What this all means basically is the range damage of Maegu has been nerfed to the point where you need to use more than a few skills from a distance to kill your opponent. The kit has a lot of damage though and a lot of flexibility, so it may seem heavy-handed, but the way she plays has not changed. They have not targeted her stamina, they have not targeted her movement iframes, and they have not targeted her protection outside of the 100% BSR, which was iframe in the initial couple of frames, but could still be grabbed in that full animation anyway. The iframe frankly was not that long to begin with. Now that said, we are still in the middle of a sweep of class balance changes, and depending on how classes perform in Arena of Solare or Node Wars, we may see further changes in the coming weeks. We hopefully will also see more classes get buffs like we've seen in the past couple of weeks on test server, so stay tuned for this week's patch on Friday. This week we also have some new events. We are now in guild week, so if you participate in a node war, your guild is going to receive 3 billion silver in guild funds, which is not bad. They have also increased the amount of rewards and XP gained for doing some guild event missions. We're also in life skill week, so we have a new gathering and new fishing event, so you can gain tokens that can be exchanged for some Tri-Manos accessory equivalent items, which is really good. You also have the 10 million silver fish and gathering item. The token will be given out every day as a login reward and playtime rewards, so you will have more than enough for the exchange regardless of your RNG. On top of the tokens and golden items, we also have the 50% life XP buff, excluding trading, going on as well. There's also a weekly quest that will reward you with 5 tickets. You will also get tickets every day for logging in. Once you have 10 of these tickets, you will get a special ticket that can be exchanged for some items at a random chance. You will also be entered into a raffle to win some bigger rewards. I think the first week 30 winners will get 8,000 pearls, so not bad if you like your chances. Maegu has the Salinar outfit on the cash shop now. Dracania gets the Osa Cerberus outfit as well, really good. Corsair gets the Arathel outfit that DK and Ranger have. So 3 very good outfits in my opinion if you want to get them, though why they had to ruin the Arathel outfit by making it a short cape in the back for Corsair is beyond me, but they are permanent to the store, so you can choose to wear wait if you need to. And that's it for this one. Let me know what you thought about the events and the Maegu changes this week. As always, thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.